similar influences on the nutrition and dietetics associations in America and the naturopathy. Is that correct? Were you taught a lot
They're
of
all
plant-based
plant-based
recipes?
now. It's very
Yeah.
unfortunate. It's very plant-based now. Osteopathy and naturopathy both remove obstacles to healing. So basically, we
Mhm.
leave the body alone and we take away things. That's why an elimination
Mhm.
diet is perfect because you take away the thing that could be causing inflammation,
Mhm.
uh, could be stimulants and things like that. So instead of taking something, which is very difficult for some people to accept, we are raised in our culture, let's take something and make us feel better. I mean, people
Mhm.
were taking mercury and laudanum
Mhm.
as medicinal preparations, right? So often when you're removing something is the way to go to see what's left and how you can heal by removing things that are not necessarily what you as a human being evolved to eat. So I kind of turned that on its head because I was taught that in school, a lot of plant, a lot of supplements, lots of, osteopathy is more an adjustment. And I got into naturopathy because as an osteopath, women of a certain age were coming to me with the same symptoms. And I would adjust them and I would be very frustrated because they'd be back in 2 weeks. So
Mhm.
somebody else might say, great, come on, I'll adjust you again, pay me.
Yeah.
But I thought, well, I was my training and my teaching in the years and years I went to school, I was supposed to fix something. So why did they not stay fixed? So I decided to go back to school and figure and learn why that would be. So it was mainly inflammation, tissue inflammation, ligamentous laxity that would, their vertebra would not stay where I put it because of ligamentous laxity. All those things brought me to the realization that diet is really important. Intracrinology is what the term that was coined in 1988 when they realized that the adrenals are actually synthesizing all of the steroid hormones, where since the 20s and
Mhm.
30s, medicine has been focused on the testes and the ovaries, but they keep selling hormones to women.
Mhm.
So hormone replacements. Um, when we know that they're all synthesized from the fat we should be eating. So you can see sort of the progression, stop eating fat. You need hormones get worse because you're not eating fat. And then you add hormones because you're told to avoid fat. I mean, we humans have a
Right.
gallbladder. Why do we have a gallbladder? Because we're supposed to eat a lot of fat. It's supposed
Yeah.
to store all the bile that's supposed to render all this fat, animal fat that we eat soluble, but 80% of all cholecystectomies are on women.
Yeah.
And that's the highest rate of surgery in the US,
Mm.
gallbladder removal.
What is that? That's a woman in middle age who's probably had a couple kids, has some extra baby weights, trying to lose weight. And everybody knows if you want to lose fat, you have to stop eating fat. And they just stop eating fat and stop eating fat. And
Hmm.
then all of a sudden they go back to eating fat and they go, oh, that hurts. They go to the doctor. Oh, you've got gallstones. And it's because you eat too much fat. And as I point out, it's because you're not eating enough fat.
Right.
Because if you eat enough fat, then you're gonna use that bile. It's not going to be able to sit there long enough to solidify into to crystals and form stones. I
Right.
mean, just in physiology textbooks, it's taught that bile concentrates up to 20 times in the gallbladder. What does
Right.
any hyperconcentrated solution do at rest? It forms precipitate, it forms crystals. And
Hmm.
I was on a rotation, a general surgery rotation, women mostly, but also men, but they had bariatric surgery, for weight loss surgery.
Hmm.
And they were all in with gallstones. And there's very high prevalence of people who get bariatric surgery who then go on to get their gallbladder taken out because of stones. And this one woman was just really upset. And she was just very symptomatic for gallstones. I'm like, look, this is what this is. She's like, no, it can't be. Absolutely not. It's not. And so we ended up doing scans and doing the imaging, show that like, yeah, you definitely have gallstones and you have one that's really stuck in there and you're gonna need surgery. And she said,
Hmm.
look, I need some time to process this because I didn't think there was any way I could possibly have gallstones because I have not eaten fat in 3 months. I have not eaten any fat in 3 months. How the hell can I get this stuff? It's like, that's why you had it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. But
So
that's not what people are told. And
no.
women are told to avoid fat.